Koe Swarbrick.
Tēnā koe te pika. Ki te Premier, e tautoko ana ia i ngā kōrero me ngā mahi katoa tōna kāwanatanga.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Yes.
Does he agree with his Minister of Finance that extreme wealth inequality is a bad thing?
What I agree is that the proposal I've seen from the Green Party over the weekend is economic lunacy.
No, hang on. Sorry, have another go. You can't comment on...
Can you repeat the question?
Repeat the question.
Does he agree with his Minister of Finance that extreme wealth inequality is a bad thing?
Well, I haven't seen the quote that and what you're referencing.
Does the Prime Minister think that extreme wealth inequality is a bad thing?
I think what's important is actually to create more wealth in this country, and I think we saw a contrast of that on the weekend.
One more.
Does the Prime Minister think that it is a problem when 150 rich people in this country hold as much wealth as half of the rest of the country?
Well, I just don't think the answer to our economy is to penalise the wealth creators that are creating the jobs and the incomes for many other Kiwis. I just don't understand how that actually helps move New Zealand forward or grow our economy.
Supplementary.
The Honourable David Seymour.
Does the Prime Minister believe that the inequality between business class and economy is extreme?
Look, I think there's given a previous interest, it's an appropriate question. Can we have just close, Robert?
Does he agree with the OECD or the International Monetary Fund, who both say that inequality, for which we rank worse than the OECD average, erodes social cohesion and long-term economic growth?
Well, that's why we're very keen to lift KiwiSaver contributions. And you've seen that actually in the last year when we lifted it from 3 to 3.5%, and an 18-year-old earning roughly the minimum wage is about $190,000 off by the time they get to retirement. We want to make sure that irrespective of your circumstances, you have a shot at the Kiwi dream, and we actually set you up with retirement income and the ability to purchase a house.
Why then does the best available evidence show that extreme wealth inequality has gotten far worse under the economic decisions made by his government in the past 3 years?
Well, I just find it a little bit rich, literally, coming from a member who didn't support tax relief for low and middle income working New Zealanders. Yeah, that was unbelievable. That actually, if you care about low and middle income working New Zealanders, that party did not support tax relief for the first time in 14 years.
Question number 10.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Can I ask the Prime Minister as to why he didn't determine of the 150 so-called rich, what proportion of their wealth was offshore or onshore in this country? Or second, is it likely that that mistake was the same that made $500 million sound like $500 billion? That's a week ago. And then just last week, $800 million of mistakes on the front page of the New Zealand newspapers.
Well, I don't think the $800 million miscalculation in the policy was the worst thing about it. There was billions and billions of dollars that New Zealand will lose out. I just put it to the member. Do you seriously think Rocket Lab, Halter or Weta would stay in New Zealand when you've got a wealth tax, death tax, inheritance tax, gift tax, renter tax and a 45% top income tax?
That's the end of that. Just let me just make it very clear at the House that question time is to ask the government about questions about government policy. And I think as pointed out by the Leader of the Opposition, it would be unfortunate if each day having to rule on matters that are more about parties' policies than government actions.